The beat-em-up genre is home to some of the most manly and macho games ever made. They put the player in the role of a one-man army who can essentially do only two things: chew bubblegum and kick ass. And thankfully for us gamers craving some action, there's never a stick of bubblegum in sight. Though you can pretty much always count on finding meat and other food items in crates and barrels as substitutes. Beat-em-ups are simple, mindless entertainment that serve as an outlet of aggression for many of us gamers, by letting us pummel in the faces of hundreds of mostly generic bad guys. But in the middle of pile driving a dude twice your size inside of a dirty subway car, have you ever thought, hey, this game is badass and all, but I'm secure enough in my masculinity that I'd like to play a beat-em-up where all the protagonists are cute anime girls. And one that's not based on a TV show aimed at 6-year-old girls. Well, for those of you out there that ever had that thought, you're in luck, as Arsys Software delivered in the form of a little-known Super Famicom title that never made it to the world outside of Japan. Battle Zeque Den was published by Asmik in 1994, and is a 2D action beat-em-up with heavy Eastern Asian themes and Buddhist influences. The game is set in the distant past on the continent of Nemben. A prophecy proclaims that when Ki is completely separated and becomes light and darkness, the end of the world is nigh. Ki can be translated to something like life force or life essence, kind of like the Force from Star Wars, well, pre-midichlorians. Anyway, 3 young girls trained in the martial arts all share a dream one night taking place at the top of Mount Shumisen, where Ki is split in two in some kind of explosion. Based on their dream and the prophecy, they decide to head towards Shumisen to prevent the apocalypse. Not really that original, I guess, but hey, it's a breath of fresh air from the usual kidnapping scenarios found in your average brawler. That's the story, but at this point you may be thinking, what about the cute anime girls? Battle Zeque Den gives you the choice between 3 lovely ladies to play as: Baby, Sporty, and Ginger. Hamasu, Kaeru, and Rufu. According to the manual, Hamasu is the powerhouse of the 3 with hard-hitting attacks, Kaeru is the speedy character with fast combos, and Rufu's balanced stats make her a jack of all trades. But the thing that really sets each character apart from one another are their special attacks. Unlike most traditional beat-em-ups, Battle Zeque Den stages take place on a single plane, which allows for a slightly deeper combat system similar to a fighting game. As you might expect, only one button is used to execute normal attacks, which string together into combos, and another button is used to jump, although tapping it twice results in a double jump. Pressing down, up, and the attack button will perform each character's special move. Rufu does a flying fist attack, Kaeru shoots out icicle projectiles that freeze bad guys, and Hamasu slams the ground, which creates a shockwave that travels across the screen. The X button is used to perform a magic attack, which can be leveled up twice over the course of the game and changes depending on how much a meter is filled up, akin to Sega's Golden Axe series. Hamasu and Kaeru can both continuously head stomp enemies, and can also perform throws mid-air, 2 things that Rufu can't do. But she does have a really good jump kick and a quick slide attack, which is incredibly useful for getting in and out of the action. She can even follow up a slide with her special move. Because of her mobility, I'd say that Rufu is the best character in the game. No contest. Although it has beefier combat than other games in the genre, make no mistake about it, Battle Zeque Den is a beat-em-up through and through, and is littered with many of the established tropes in the genre. Let's have some fun and take a look at a few of these and count how much there actually are. Desperation attacks? Got 'em. Yellow and red health bar? Of course. Protagonists come in 3 different spices. You already know about that. Touching foes causes you to grab onto them. Sharing is caring. Food health power-ups. Yummy yum yum. Stage hazards. Better wear a hard hat. Strong guy enemies. Check. Fat guy enemies. Double check. Chicks with weapons. Sexy. An elevator section. See you at the party, Richter. Fight all bosses again before the final battle. This is a Japanese game, so yeah. Co-op mode. Yeah. The biggest letdown of Battle Zeque Den is that it's a beat 'em up that is single player only. The option to switch between characters on the fly or in between levels could have made up for this omission, but unfortunately, once you choose a character at the start, you're stuck with her until the end. Or if you run out of continues. I'm guessing technical issues kept the development team from including a 2-player mode. But whatever the reason, the lack of a multiplayer component really cuts down on Battle Zeque Den's replay factor. There are 6 stages total and the game lasts around an hour. It's a pretty fun and challenging experience overall, though the fact that only 2 enemies are ever on screen at the same time makes certain sections of the game drag on a bit and feel tedious. The options menu is completely in English and allows you to change the difficulty, adjust lives, and listen to any of the game's stage music and sound effects. Battle Zeque Den is not a really pricey Super Famicom game, but is a little hard to find. If you're a fan of beat 'em ups, check it out for a slightly different take on the genre. If you're a fan of beat 'em ups and anime girls, well, stick around for a while. Why? I only have one thing to say to you. Brain buster! Anyway, this is Jimmy Hapa from Import Gaming for the win, and as always, thank you for watching.